At the end there, or upstairs, without a badge, alarms actually go off and Mountain View calls me, and then I have to kick you out. So please don't do that. My cell phone battery's almost dead anyway. This space that you've got here, obviously you can wander around, you can take pictures, you can see kind of what our new little area is to do promotions, presentations, things like that. But I just don't want you guys caught with random doors. If you need bathroom is literally up the ramp and right here to the right. There are individual bathrooms all along there. I think those are kind of the basics. Yes, no, any questions? All right. Do I have a bottle opener? If you consider yourself a security professional and you cannot open a bottle of beer with your keys or some other item, I think you should probably leave. Having sat at many Black Hat and DEF CON conferences and opened at least a 12-pack with just my wallet. And the right number of credit cards stacked together. Any other questions? All right, as Akshat said, my name's Dave Crandall. I work on the mergers and acquisitions team here. I'm actually involved in security for all of the companies that we acquire. I used to run security operations at VeriSign for about 6 years, which is how Akshat and others convinced me to let you all eat our food and hang out. So, which is fine. So if you guys want to say hi or hang out later, I'll be out just hanging out and around. Akshat, thanks to all you guys.
Thank you, Brandon. Give an applause, please.
I think so. We'll soon find out, won't we?
Before we get started, if you guys can just continue drinking the beer, there's about 100 bottles there, and I don't want to take any of it home. Just sucking it down.
Yeah, so as Akshat said, keep drinking the beer. So welcome everyone tonight. So glad you guys could all make it on this Black Hat and DEF CON week. So we're happy to have you. I wanted to thank quickly our sponsors, both Compliance Chip and Google, who provide the space and the beer and other cool things. So welcome. So the lineup tonight, we're going to switch it up a bit. Tonight I'm going to be doing the opener. And Cindy, who did Lilsey News last week, last time, is going to do it again this time. Then Tool of the Month, we're going to hand over to Will. Super excited to have that. And then we're going to talk an hour on crypto stuff with Gavin. And then afterwards, we'll all head over to Legal Seafoods for some beer or soda or water or food or whatever you all enjoy. So what's really cool is that normally Akshat, ooh, that's not good. That's not what I meant to do. Too many beers, clearly. So usually Akshat puts up this slide, and I think it's really cool. And we are 400 plus members strong over New York City OWASP, which I think is really cool. But beyond that was I actually went and I looked, and their last RSVP was only 52 people for New York City OWASP, where ours was 135. So I think that's much more telling numbers because we are 3 times fold more that actually show up to events, regardless of how many people actually are members of the meetup group. So I think that's pretty cool numbers. I also wanted to talk about some upcoming Boston Security meetup events. There will not be a meetup in September, yes, we are in August. There will be 2, however, in October, so we're making up for it. The first meetup is October 2nd. That's going to be our usual Thursday night gig here. We're going to be talking about crypto random and C parsers with Edward Harvey. And then on Monday, October 20th, I'm going to get my months right, I swear, we're going to hold our 3rd Boston Security Meetup Conference. This is different because it's actually on a Monday this time as opposed to a Saturday, which is normally held, but it'll still be held at Microsoft Nerd. So definitely go to work, make sure you request this to be paid for by whichever company you work for, and show up. It'll be a fun time. We're going to have 10 different talks from local hackers spanning all different types of topics, so it should be lots of fun. We're also, if you work for a company who might be willing to sponsor, we're offering different levels of sponsorship this time. This is also a little bit of a change. So reach out to Akshat, find Akshat. I don't know where he is. He's over there in the back left corner. If you're interested or you think your company's interested in sponsorship, please talk to Akshat. Other upcoming events, if you can't make the Monday gig, the Saturday before, Boston Application Security Conference, BASC, is being put on by OWASP. It's going to be in a different location. Check their website. It's not quite clear yet where the actual physical location is. And I don't know of any others. Anyone else in the audience know of any other local gigs going on that they want to briefly give a shout out to? Should I get them all? All right, I'll assume I got them all. So I also wanted to take a minute to introduce our main speaker tonight, who's Gavin. He's been a computer geek for over 20 years. After a long struggle to suppress his deviant tendencies, he has embraced it as a career. He programmed various mainframe financial systems for many years while studying computer science in his spare time. He has moved into programming mainly on web server systems while pursuing his interest in computer science or computer security issues. So we'll hear more from Gavin later tonight on his talk from crypto. And other than that, I want to move on and pass it over to Cindy, and cheers, everyone. I don't have a bottle in my hand, cheers. I drop it, but cheers.
My name is Cindy Yoon. I'm from South Korea, and before coming to the US, I was a stress tester and web server engineer. In 2013, I received my master's in information assurance from Northeastern University. Now I'm a security consultant at Citadel, and I perform a lot of web application pen tests. So today I would like to discuss 3 topics. First, a new application called Kimi. And second, the medical device security. And the last, it will be about the Google's Project Zero. So the first, what is the Kimi? Has anyone heard about Kimi before? Yes? So the Kimi is key duplication service, which allows you or anyone to take a picture of your key and put it in, upload it into the cloud, and return it as a physical key. Nice, right? So the Kimi provides you with key specification for locksmiths. So you can create a physical key. Or if you don't want to go locksmiths, you can use this, this one, the kiosk, and then you can create your own key. So this sounds really cool. And this is even cheaper. So this one, Kimi charge you only $3 for this service. But for the locksmiths, charging you $200 to come to your house, right? So it's really awesome application. Simple and cheap and nice. But does anyone see any issues here? Yeah, a lot of issues. So I know there's a lot of issues, maybe.
Give us your home address, we'll mail you the keys.
There's no validation, right? So the key you are taking photo of, we don't know which one, whose key is this. Anyone can take a picture of your key without your knowledge. Think about at the bar. Someone can steal your key for a second and then take a photo of your key and return it without your knowledge. And he has your house key. Pretty scary. And then once you upload your data, maybe vulnerable because Kimi stores your card information and email. And if you use the kiosk, they also stores your fingerprint. So, how can we protect ourselves? Actually, there's no answers yet. So, I would say, keep your keys out of sight, right? And then you have to make sure to give your key to someone who you trust. And I would say, you may want to wait to use this application until this key me to figure out how to ensure that every key order comes from unauthorized owner. Alright, so let's move on to the next topic. So this one is about the medical device security. But before we talk about medical device security, why do you think an attacker wants to exploit medical field?
Blackmail.
Sure. Yes. So it's because, according to the research, the medical field have the slowest response time to remediate the security issue. And also, patient health information, PHI, is very valuable for thieves. For example, on the black market, the patient's report sells for $20. But on the other hand, the credit card information sells for $1. So pretty good deal, right? And also, identity thieves can use your PHI to get prescription drugs, which can be sold at high prices. And now, many of hospitals are deploying network medical devices to get more efficient. But these medical devices have a lot of issues, security issues as well. So let's focus on medical device issue here. So many medical devices, such as pacemaker or infusion pump, use the server message protocol, which called SMB, to communicate with each other, right? But the problem is, most of the medical devices are internet-facing, which is not supposed to be. So the SMB protocol, where traffic which is unencrypted, is available to an attacker who can capture those traffic and can see it. And also, if you're using the descriptive host name, it will help an attacker identify specific devices for attack. For example, Dr. Smith's office, or operating room number 1. Those things are too obvious where these devices are. And the last one is, many of these devices do not use authentication because they assume that these devices are only available on the local network. So with this data, an attacker can focus on a specific device or a patient. So let's say once the attacker focused on the one patient, specific patient, he or she can manipulate device and hurt or harm those patients. So how can we make these devices more secure? First of all, disable the SMB service on external facing systems, or you can reconfigure it and make sure these services are broadcasting only internally. And try not to describe the host name too obviously. And last, compliance does not equal security. So,
Yes.
right. So those medical organizations need to shift their focus on the application and network security, and not only focusing on encrypting patients' data. So the last one, is about Google's Project Zero. So Google recently revealed that it has created a secret security research team, which researches for zero-day exploits in Google's applications. But you know that Google has been doing this for a while with hacking competitions, right? But Google is marketing this team as a protector of Google users' privacy, right? And not only that, this team is also focused on third-party applications, which can be Adobe and the Microsoft, if it can help them make Google application more secure. Maybe some of you remember these slides from last meeting, right? So there are two NSA's competing goals, and there is tech companies who need to make a balance between the NSA's competing goals. So I think Project Zero Team is a good example of what we talked about last time. Project Zero Team is trying to make their application more secure to protect their user. But on the other hand, NSA relies on backdoors and zero-day exploits for some of their data collection activities. But now, if Project Zero Team keep finding all of the zero-day exploits and patching all of them, then intelligence or NSA will potentially have less zero-day exploits available to them. So I thought that was really interesting to talk about, because last time we talked that how those tech companies make a balance between those competing goals. But now we are seeing the company, something like Google, who is inferring that, their priority is to stop intelligence agencies from gathering data on our users. So that was pretty interesting. So that's it for today. So if you have any questions or any other interesting information, share with me. To send an email to hyo@sdigital.com. Thank you.
Thanks, Cindy. Next up, we have Will doing Tool of the Month.
Tyrannosaurus Rex. Yeah, there's a T-Rex one. Sorry? I am here for your amusement if you want. That is a mugshot, actually. Can I skip this thing or do I have to do everything? I can project it. It helps. Is it going to help? All right, fine.
I will stick with the microphone.
All right, boys and girls. You don't know what that is? Type it into your Linux box and press enter. All right, so it's full time. That's all how you use it. That is also true, sadly. Or not. Is that a yeah, that's definitely a mugshot. Passport photo. All right, today's tool is going to be Armitage. Raise your hand if you've used Metasploit before. Oh, yes. Finally, I don't have to explain this shit to people. Awesome. All right, so.
Microphone up.
Fine.
Is this better?
Yeah. All right, cool. So, Armitage. What is Armitage? Just a pointy clicky GUI for Metasploit. Some idiot-proof, no-skill required exploits on demand service. Pretty much. A really lazy way to pen test or red team a system, or all the above. Votes? Thank you very much. What does it look like? All the annoying things about Metasploit, all the non-graphical, non-visual things about Metasploit, only the shell kids will understand this crap. If you grew up like me and you live in shells all the time, life is good. If not, this is the pointy, clicky, pretty version of Metasploit. not developed by a certain company that might or might not be local to here. It actually offers you some pretty cool stuff. This is what the UI actually looks like. The top left-hand corner, those are some cool toys, but mostly exploits. The bottom, if you look at some of those tabs, console, services, files, that's the file system on the remote box you just owned. Processes, same problem. Console on someone else's box. Command.exe, and I can give you a process number, life is good. If you look at the right-click menus, and yes, sadly it's written in Java, and those are ugly-ass Java fonts. Yeah, I'll just stop there. That's attack, login, interpreter access, and services in the first level menu. Second level menu, access, interact, explore, pivot, and MSF scans. Also, you can kill processes, not machines, sadly. And some other fun stuff. Does this look enticing to anybody? Entertaining? One step further, all the cool shit you can do underneath the hood. Sorry about the swears, that's kind of what I do. All the shit you see underneath the hood with the with Metasploit, the same shit you would normally get into at the command line is actually available via your pointy-clicky right-click interface crap. You can customize all the options, but the coolest part is the vast majority of your defaults make sense for the machine you're attacking, which means if you put it in automatic mode, it does sane, rational things. You hit the Hail Mary button. It only attempts every single exploit that does apply to the host you just fingerprinted. So, fun. See how this is at the very top?